that's considered the marketing savior for the sport.
So many people were also painting her out to be the problem. She could never do enough. She could never speak out.
Because they have been in the league longer than the rookie sensation, several WNBA players feel entitled to larger wages and are outraged about Caitlin Clark's rich offer from a European team.
It's physical. Caitlin is helping to grow the league. These women understand that, but she cannot be babied as a rookie. That's all.
As the highest paid player in the world, Caitlin Clark's departure overseas might be disastrous for the WNBA because she will finally receive the attention she deserves in a league that recognizes her talent and is free from players hoping for her demise.
Reality. It wasn't what it is. The quality of basketball may have been up to snuff, and you had somebody as popular as Cheryl Swoops, who had her own signature shoe, had to deal with Nike and all of this other stuff. But the bottom line is, very few people gave a damn.
Given that Nalissa Smith was spotted laughing with DJ Carrington over the widely reported eye poke incident, which highlights the lack of support Clark faces, why would Caitlin Clark continue to play in a league where even her own teammates turn against her?
Ow! Oh, I'm sorry. You poked me in the eye. You're an 8-year-old. You did?
I did not poke you.
Did you do it on purpose?
I did not poke you in the eye.
Did you do it on purpose?
Nalissa Smith, Caitlin Clark's partner, was seen giggling when DJ Carrington imitated Caitlin and asked, "Did you do it on purpose?" Surprisingly, Smith didn't defend Clark, isolating her even inside her own team during this widely shared ridicule.
Sitting there like, well, hold on, man. This woman is booed up with the girl that poked Caitlin Clark in the eye. They're making videos making fun of Caitlin Clark in the eye poke. What is the Indiana Fever doing?
The opposition players obviously don't want Caitlin in the WNBA, and even her teammates are making fun of her. She should accept the EuroLeague offer, leaving the WNBA desperate and pleading for her return once they realize what they've lost. Instead, Caitlin's team has posted Nalissa Smith's season highlights, showing no signs of supporting Clark. Caitlin now has an even greater reason to leave.
If Caitlin, in every post-game press conference, she came out and talked about the kind of hateful comments that she was getting. If she came out and told everybody the reason why she has personal security that goes with her every single place, it's a lot. And so it's not just Caitlin Clark fans or Indiana Fever fans. It is not all going in one direction.
Why does Caitlin Clark's deal with a European team cause such heated feelings within the league? It's not just another move. It's a clear indication of the opportunities and differences between some WNBA players and others attracting interest abroad. Despite years of domination, Caitlin, a rookie professional basketball player, has already drawn international offers that even well-known stars like A'ja Wilson haven't received. Wilson has not received the same lucrative deals as other elite WNBA players. Longtime players who feel ignored by the league and international team are frustrated by this divide, which Clark's ability to draw attention to highlights.
The degree of Caitlin Clark being on that basketball court and people watching her, but nevertheless, rising tide lifts all.
A'ja Wilson has long felt that being the league's MVP should mean more than just a title. In her opinion, MVP status should automatically come with the best opportunities in terms of contracts and recognition. However, what she's seeing now is that Caitlin Clark, who hasn't played nearly as long or accomplished as much in the professional realm, is receiving offers that someone of AIA's caliber should be receiving. This is why she is frustrated about Caitlin's move.
A lot of people that laid the groundwork that deserve shine as well. Here's what we're going to do.
Are they playing now? Are they playing now?
We don't have Andrea.
Remember, you got
we don't have any of the women, Chanae. They'll come back on. We'll revisit this conversation.
While Caitlin was still playing at the college level, her games were packed with fans who couldn't wait to watch her play, but A'ja, despite being the MVP, wasn't drawing the same crowds at the WNBA level. This highlights the harsh reality that skill and accomplishment don't always equal financial reward in the WNBA, which is why A'ja's frustration goes deeper.
The reason 12 million people are watching ESPN for a game, if that game was on CBS, they probably would have had 25, 30 million people watching that.
DJ Carrington's animosity toward Caitlin Clark is well known. The two players have a history together. Carrington's feelings of resentment reached a breaking point during the infamous eye poke incident, which left Caitlin with a black eye. Rather than express regret for her actions, Carrington chose to make fun of Caitlyn, further escalating the tension between them. This public act of disrespect wasn't just an isolated incident. It's a sign of a deeper animosity that Carrington had been harbored towards Caitlyn for some time.
I would even know her name, Nylisa Smith, if she played on any of the other 11 teams. She was the second overall pick 2 or 3 years ago in the WNBA draft. Decent player, but no one would know. She played with Caitlin Clark. People know her name. She has no gratitude. She has no respect. She can't tell her girlfriend, hey, we ain't doing.
Although Carrington is a gifted player in her own right, she hasn't been able to attain the same level of fame or success as Caitlyn, which has led to a sense of resentment that was only made worse by the eye poke incident. For Carrington, Caitlyn's quick ascent to fame feels like a personal slight, as if her own hard work is being disregarded in favor of someone who hasn't paid the same dues.
The most watched WNBA game in over 2 decades. What does that tell you? That tells you that before Caitlin Clark came along, it wasn't nearly as popular. It doesn't mean it wasn't growing in popularity over the last 2 to 3 years. But 3 years ago, WNBA was an afterthought.
The way Carrington appears to enjoy Caitlyn's misfortunes rather than offering an apology for the injuries is very concerning. This kind of behavior goes beyond professional rivalry. It's personal. Carrington's disrespect and resentment toward Caitlyn are evident, and Caitlyn has had to deal with it throughout her time in the WNBA. Carrington made light of it, mocking her in a way that suggests she enjoys seeing her suffer. Following the EY Pook incident, Nylisa Thomas has sided with DJ Carrington in their mutual animosity toward Caitlyn Clark. Nylisa was observed giggling. The fact that Nylisa and Carrington find amusement in Caitlyn's injury speaks to a deeper problem within the league. Her girlfriend's comments regarding Caitlyn's injury demonstrate a total lack of empathy for her fellow player, which is shocking, especially coming from someone who should be a professional athlete.
Everything above board. It doesn't matter what Nylisa Smith does. She can go out and mock our meal ticket, the best player in the league, the person that's making us all rich.
The WNBA is meant to be a place where players support one another and work together to elevate the league, but instead she is dealing with open animosity from her peers. This creates a toxic environment where players are not only competing against one another, but actively working to tear each other down. Caitlyn's injury wasn't just an accident on the court. It became a symbol of the animosity she faces from players like Nylisa and Carrington.
Has been impacting the WNBA well before this year. This is not a new thing. Sure. This is, and in that way, I do think Caitlyn's being used as a pawn. Caitlyn didn't bring citizens to the WNBA. This has been.
In professional sports, a team is meant to represent a safe and supportive environment where players are united in a common goal, winning games and achieving success together. It's about trust, collaboration, and solidarity, especially during difficult moments. However, for Caitlyn, the reality with the Indiana Fever has been anything but supportive. Instead of rallying around Caitlyn, who is obviously the victim of a physical injury, the Indiana Fever seemed indifferent, failing to publicly defend her or even acknowledge the situation in a meaningful way.
All of those who think it's funny, could you imagine if it was the roles were reversed? If Caitlin Clark, 2 white girls, made a video mocking it, what the reaction would be? I mean, let's just be honest. I don't want to go, what about Favre? But what about Favre? It's the truth.
This situation raises significant questions about the internal dynamics of the team. If a player like Caitlyn, who has brought so much attention and value to the WNBA, isn't receiving the support of her teammates and coaching staff, it signals a much deeper issue. A team is supposed to form a bond that supports players both on and off the court, but in this case, Caitlyn's teammates and staff have chosen to stay away. This must have felt like a betrayal to her. The lack of support Caitlyn received isn't just about a single incident. It speaks to a larger issue within the team culture. For any athlete, especially someone of Caitlyn's caliber, feeling alone or unprotected by your own team can be emotionally taxing. Silence or focus on other players sends a clear message that her personal well-being and contributions to the team don't carry as much weight as they should.
All I gotta say is she's lucky this UConn team isn't healthy. And that's a true statement.
That's not. That's wrong, Molly.
Monica?
That's wrong, Molly. Molly,
like
it's excuses.
5 top players,
It's excuses,
am I right?
Molly. It's
Major
excuses.
injuries.
You would not be saying that if it wasn't UConn.
Major stars not playing.
Listen,
You
excuse
gotta
me,
go.
it's her against Caitlin Clark.
Stephen A.
Ain't no excuses.
Stephen
You
A.
got there.
Wait a
No,
minute.
want to hear that now.
Stephen A.
Let me tell you, if
Paige
Georgetown
Beckers-
gets back in the mix, I'm going to be insufferable. I'm just telling you that now.
What?
If Paige Beckerson basically missed 2 seasons, I don't know if we'd be talking about Caitlin Clark the way we are.
In addition to making Caitlin wonder if the WBA, and more especially the Indiana Fever, are the best places for her to continue her career. After all, why would she stay in a situation where her own team doesn't seem to have her back? This incident adds another layer to Caitlin's decision to consider playing in Europe. It can shake a player's confidence and lead to feelings of alienation, which in turn impacts performance and overall happiness within the league. She might find herself on a more encouraging and courteous team in addition to perhaps earning more money and encountering less animosity from other players. European leagues are renowned for providing their top players with the resources and support they require to succeed. For Caitlin, the Indiana Fever's lack of support may be the last push she needs to relocate abroad.
A lot of this noise came by people that were sitting on this network. They tried to minimize her, said, well, you giving her all this credit. What about the women that came before her? What the women came before her, what they did cannot be taken away. That ain't got nothing to do with Caitlin.
Caitlin's departure could be the tipping point that sends the WNBA into a downward spiral, undoing years of hard work and progress. The WNBA has always struggled to compete with other major sports leagues, and losing someone like Caitlin who is able to draw in new fans could be a devastating blow. The worry is that if one of the league's biggest stars can leave for better opportunities abroad, what's stopping other top players from doing the same?
When they got eliminated from the playoffs, the attendance dropped, the ratings dropped. If the WNBA is more, it is, and I get it. Why aren't people watching?
This is about the WNBA's overall future. Angel Reese, DJ Carrington, and Asia Wilson are aware that the league cannot afford to lose its biggest stars, but Caitlin's departure suggests that the league isn't doing enough to keep them. Caitlin Clark's choice to sign with a European team could have long-term effects on the WNBA, which has spent years attempting to grow its fan base, boost viewership, and establish itself as a significant player in the world of professional sports. One of the main players promoting that expansion was Caitlin.
Women that have been calling for the equality, and now that there is the chance for them to start getting paid more because the exposure's up. Because it's her, you have people like, what's her name, Jamelia Hill, or what? I can't stand her. Yeah. You got these women who are coming on here and they're saying it's because she...
The WNBA has worked tirelessly to increase its visibility and grow its fan base, but Caitlin's departure puts all of that progress at risk. Without one of its biggest stars, the league could see a significant drop in viewership, which would not only hurt the league's bottom line, but also its long-term growth potential. Her presence on the court attracted fans who might not have otherwise watched WNBA games, and her ability to connect with audiences made her a vital asset to the league.
We don't want to have to deal with what everybody else has to deal with over Twitter. We're special. We're tall women who occasionally make layups. That makes us special, and we deserve a special level of treatment.
The WNBA struggled to draw fans and maintain viewership numbers prior to Caitlin's rise to fame, but now that she is in the spotlight, the league has seen record-breaking attendance and increased media coverage. However, instead of celebrating Caitlin's success and the positive impact she has had on the league, many players seem intent on tearing her down. This resentment is largely fueled by jealousy Caitlin's ability to draw in fans and secure because of her lucrative contracts. She has become a target for players who believe they aren't receiving the same opportunities. This hostile environment has led Caitlin to wonder if the WNBA is the right place for her analysts.
Caitlin Clark come into the WNBA and do what she's doing right now immediately. Absolutely.
Considering everything she's gone through in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark has every reason to think about relocating to Europe, where she would be paid more, encounter less animosity, and have the chance to continue developing her brand without the constant negativity that surrounds her in the WNBA. Europe offers Caitlin a fresh start, a place where she can concentrate on her game and continue to draw in new fans without the drama and toxicity she's currently dealing with. Without Caitlin, the WNBA runs the risk of losing its biggest star and, consequently, its expanding fan base. More people than anyone else have drawn attention to the WNBA thanks to Caitlyn, and her departure could result in, if you liked, please leave a like. The WNBA is already having trouble competing with other big sports leagues, and losing someone like Caitlyn might send it into a downward spiral due to a sharp decline in viewership. Add more videos to the screen by subscribing.